everyone, I'm the lovely Debbie McGee.
Yes, she is lovely.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm lovelier. Oh. And I am the lovelier Debbie Arnold.
You are. You really are. Yes, we've got so much in the show for you today. We're going to start with longevity, and we've got an expert in that field with us, so stay tuned.
Yes, do you want to live till 106?
I'm not sure, that's why I want to talk to her.
Yes, exactly. Very interesting. Natalie is doing some nuggets,
Yep.
as usual. She's got some fantastic things she's dug up. I don't know where she digs them up from.
I know.
And also, we've got a
yes.
brand new beauty investigator, Ateh Jewel.
Yes, like Patty.
Yes, you could. I wonder if you could nibble her. She is gorgeous. We would love to nibble her, of course.
Anyway, you'll be meeting her, but also we have our very own Dee, who has gone through a lower facelift for the programme. And so we're going to follow her through before, the nerves, and everything else, how she's come out at the end of it.
Yes.
So it's so exciting to see the difference. So stick with us, girls.
Yes.
I'm sure lots of you are like Debbie and I, and we'd love to know what we can do so that we can live healthier for longer. So we brought in a top expert in that field, Dr. Alka, to tell us all about it. Hello, Dr. Alka.
Hello, Debbie and Debbie.
The double Ds.
I was absolutely fascinated because until I read all about you, I had no idea there were doctors that dealt so deeply into longevity and that there were all these things that we can do to test ourselves. And you then advise what we can do to live longer, but also healthier.
It is about living longer, but also younger and stronger. So I started off life as a very traditional, conventional GP, and I've been a GP now for, over 25 years. I've realised people are waiting for their symptoms and they're waiting for their diagnosis and they're waiting for their illnesses to arrive before they do anything about it. And what I recognised we needed was to be much more proactive about our health.
So you look at the person as a whole, don't you, mentally and physically? So where would you start with a patient?
There's not a single system in your body that works alone or hurts alone or heals alone. Everything is so interconnected. And that's the most common question that I get asked is, where do I start? Do I eat better? Do I move better? Do I sleep better? Like, what do I need to do? And then people get overwhelmed. So the most common type of person I find is the ostrich. You know, the one who's got the head buried in the sand.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do we start?
So people have heard about your IQ, which tells you how intelligent you are cognitively, you know, how you think, and your EQ, which is how intelligent you are emotionally. So what your LQ is how intelligent you are in terms of your lifestyle. LQ, lifestyle. It's your lifestyle that determines your lifespan.
Did you know that around 100 years ago, a little over 100 years ago in fact, the late 1800s, the syringe was invented, and that was the beginning of the era of facial injectables. Even back then, they were trying things out, injecting things like lanolin, beeswax, liquid paraffin. Some of these things caused untold damage to the skin and disfiguration. It's really scary, but it's also amazing to think that this was starting more than 100 years ago. Well, girls, what we will do for eternal youth.
I look at my grandparents, my father's parents, who lived till they were in their mid-80s, and there was no gyms. My grandma, you know, used to clean and do all stuff around the house, and that was her exercise.
Right.
But they did live a long, healthy life.
What is important for you?
Yes.
Not what works for me or for him or for her, but for you as an individual. So personalised medicine, like your grandma who knew to walk and move and do all of that. We know that innately, but we don't do it. This is one of the devices that I believe will absolutely change the shape of how we form our relationships with food. So this is a sugar sensor. So it's a glucose monitor. It's called a CGM, continuous glucose monitor. And what you do is you attach it to the back of your arm. It's a little applicator that comes with it, and it stays on for a couple of weeks. Now, you may have seen people with diabetes wearing this, but back to what I said right at the beginning is, why would you wait until you got diabetes before you put one of these on your arms? Surely the intelligent thing to do for your LQ is to understand, well, what happens when I eat in a certain way? And it's not just food that can spike your sugars, it's also stress. And also sleep. So understanding how your body physiologically responds to what you do in your day-to-day.
When I have a bad night's sleep, I crave sugar the next day.
You just wake up thinking, oh, I always wake up like this. Oh, I'm always tired in the morning. I'm just not a morning person. But once you put that on, then you know exactly why,
So
and then you can make
increase
changes. I also use a ring like this. So this is a data ring, and it captures all sorts of data related to your sleep, but interestingly also to your oxygen levels. And I had a friend once who said exactly the same that I've just said to you, because, oh, I just wake up tired, I'm not a morning person. And we discovered that his oxygen levels were low all night. It's all very well going off and getting these wonderful devices for yourself, but unless you've got someone alongside you who can help you understand it, you don't know what you're sitting on.
So this, I know you've got a sleep apnea thing.
Yes. So look at this. Like traditionally, sleep apnea, as I said, you know, breath holding and not breathing when you're sleeping can have lots of long-term consequences. And traditionally, for diagnosis, you used to have to go into this sleep lab and be hooked up all night to machines and try and sleep. But now we can do this in the comfort of your own home. So this is a device that I use, and I send it to you at home. You put on like the wrist monitor, you attach the oxygen probe to your finger, and this goes onto your chest to analyze the movement of your lungs at night. And when you get all of that data in the next 24 hours, you can get a very, very clear diagnosis of what's going on with you.
I want to book an appointment now.
Okay, can we come? You got the double Ds.
So this is a little device that goes onto your chest. Takes just 2 minutes, and you get a reading that's called your VO2 max, measuring your ability to use oxygen at its most efficient at maximal energy. Now again, normally you'd have to go into this lab and put on these big masks and go on these machines to get your VO2 max, but now you can measure it in the comfort of your own home.
Now it's time to talk sexual rejuvenation with one of Harley Street's finest, Dr. Wakil.
Okay, let me start by saying a statistic to you. Do you know that erectile dysfunction is more common than you thought? Do you know that 52% of men from the age of 40 to 70 have some form of erectile dysfunction? Yes, 40% at the age of 40, 50 at the age of 50, 60% at the age of 60, and 70% of men at the age of 70 has some form of erectile dysfunction. Okay, what are we going to do for that? One of the very simplest treatment that I introduced to UK and Europe about 14 years ago called the P-shot. What is the P-shot? I take a sample of blood from the patient, centrifuge it in a very special centrifuge, and I get something called platelet-rich plasma. And then I inject this platelet into the penis. I'm regenerating the muscle, regenerating the blood vessel, and regenerating the nerve endings to regain the sensitivity that men start to lose as they grow older, releasing something called growth factors. And these growth factors come up together and they start forming a mesh. The mesh starts to call stem cell that runs in our body. And this is the raw material in your body that regenerate the entire body. So we trick the body. We make it think that there's a trauma in the penis. And as a result of that, it starts regenerating the penile muscle, blood vessels, nerve endings, and then we get the regeneration for the penis.
I'm so excited. We have a new investigator.
We do.
We do. Her name is Ateh Jewel, and she is doing her own beauty investigations. I wonder what she'll come up with.
And welcome to my beauty corner. Come along and let's have some fun together. I want to tell you all about blush and why it's your new bestie. So basically, so many people are scared of blush because traditionally, so many companies use white in the base, which makes it look really tinny, looks like it's very dolly and it's stuck on. But I made my own blush and I called it Ateh Jewel Beauty Blush of Dreams. I am so proud of this because it's about beauty for everyone. It looks great on all skin tones and I wanted it to pop hard because you are the default setting. So I made 3 colours, which are absolutely the ABCs of blush. I have Love Plum Plum, which is this beautiful berry. I have Watson Watermelon, which is the most beautiful ballet pink, named after Ed Watson, principal dancer of the Royal Ballet, who I absolutely love and stalked into being my friend. And then this is Radiant Rav, which is a coral that just looks so gorgeous in all skin tones. I never wore coral before. It always looked too either peachy or too white, too much white. And I named this after my best friend, Ravinda, who has a South Asian heritage. It looks great on her, on me, on Debbie, on everybody. And it is all about loving yourself and glowing from the inside out. It is packed full of skin-loving ingredients like aloe vera, squalene, and shea butter, so you can feel really good about putting this on your skin. So let me just give you a little look. That is the Love Plum Plum. Think nibbling on cherries. This is Radiant Rav. Think that you've been in the sun, and this is Watson Watermelon, the juiciest, most gorgeous ballet pink. Enjoy! Mwah!
You might have noticed there's only Debbie and Debbie in the studio today. Yeah, no, nobody else.
No?
No.
Where
but
are they?
They haven't got the day off because Dee has taken her own beauty into her own hands.
Ooh.
So she's going to tell you all about it.
Welcome to the pageantry.
My name is Dee Anderson, and I'm an actor, singer, producer, you name it, I've done it.
Yeah, it's for you and me. Yeah, it's for you and me.
My parents, Jerry and Sylvia Anderson, really smashed it in the 60s. There's my mum there and my dad there. They produced Thunderbirds and a host of other iconic TV programs. My mum with Tony Curtis, the legend. And I had to go into showbiz, of course.
Thank you.
You'd know me from London's Burning, The Bill, Plays for Today. My age, it fluctuates because sometimes I'm sort of mid-60s, sometimes I'm late 60s, but I'm really kind of just about on the cusp of 70-something. I keep myself looking good because I actually do a really good skin regime in the evening. I also take a lot of vitamins. I walk my dog. I'm not crazy about diets, but I do watch my diet, but not, you know, I still eat a lot of naughty things like chocolate, and I still enjoy the odd glass of wine or 3. I think I feel that I've inherited a good DNA from my parents. They've sort of passed down the good genes to me. But of course, we are very self-critical, aren't we, when we're appearing on camera. When I look in the mirror, I feel that, and I've always felt this, that I have a little jowly bit here. It's here and here. And actually, I've got a scar, thyroid scar there, so my neck is a little bit indented. And it's this bit under here, which is not great. It knocks my confidence a bit. It's that. There, obviously, as you get a little bit older, you start sagging a bit. I know that it could be improved. I'm quite happy with the rest of my face, actually. And I know the eyes are okay, and the cheekbones, etc. I want to be the best version of myself. This was me with my little baby daughter, who is now 37. I thought I was 37. You know, I've never ever done anything drastic apart from the odd Botox, a little bit of filler in my lips, etc. That's me when I was about 25, looking very glam. I haven't really thought about it until this opportunity came up. These pictures were proofs taken by Lord Lichfield. I was introduced to this guy, Dr. Shiva Kumar, who I absolutely love and adore, and I think he's amazing, and I trust him. So what you see there is what I don't like. So I'm having a lower facelift. He said it's not as invasive as some, which is good because the downtime is less. I think it will actually make me feel good about myself. It's important for women because I think we still get judged for our looks. It's an ageist society, especially when you're working. So I think it doesn't matter if people know how old you are, but if you look good, they're going to forget how old you are. Walking into a meeting, it's good to feel that I'm looking sharp and good and on it. So yeah, I think it's important. I'm more excited than nervous because I feel that it's going to be a life-changing event for me.
Now, Vincent, it's my chest.
Okay.
I mean, my face has never got really wrinkly, but my chest.
Damage to skin in this area normally comes from sun exposure, smoking, drinking, lifestyle, and also pollution. Our skin does get thinner as we age. So there's certain things that we can do to improve the thickness of it.
Okay, Vincent, what are we doing today?
So today we'll be doing microneedling with radiofrequency at different levels, followed by exosomes.
Exorcisms?
So exosomes are important molecules that we apply topically after your skin has gone through the treatment. So the microchannels created by microneedling is going to enhance the absorption, and these exosomes contain very important messages for your cells to behave in a younger way.
Yes, I'm going to behave younger.
So this is the needle tip. I'm just going to show you how it looks. So 3, 2, 1.
That's what it
press down. Stand by stand. Okay, take it again. 3, 2, 1. Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel?
Little pricks.
You're very brave doing this without numbing cream.
It doesn't hurt.
Okay, that's good.
Do people really need numbing cream for this?
I tend to be quite nice to my clients. So
Well,
I
it
give
doesn't
numbing
hurt.
cream. Okay.
Is it because I'm immune?
Everyone has different pain tolerance. For me, I definitely need a numbing cream.
Do you?
Yes. But the beauty of this is it's a very quick treatment, and some people don't need numbing cream, so.
Well, I find with numbing cream it makes me feel weird.
It can, and also makes the skin a little bit more red, so if we can avoid it, it's even better.
Is that because it's got adrenaline in it?
Yes,
That's
and
why it
also
makes me feel
lidocaine,
weird.
yes, and also it vasodilates a little bit, yeah.
I don't like that. So what do these needles do then?
So basically at the right level, it will deliver a shot of radiofrequency energy. So that will help with skin contraction. It depends on the setting that we use and the level that we're going to do. So this will be for skin contraction. And then the next setting, we're going to go for skin quality improvement. So better tone and evenness of the skin. The most popular microneedling treatment in Korea at the moment. All the K-pop stars have it, and it's also very big in the States and Europe as well. It's FDA approved. So your chest is starting to get a little bit red now, which is a good clinical endpoint for us. So this is a lot faster. Okay, so just applying the exosomes on top.
Exorcisms. This is my chest.
Absolutely.
Okay, and it's looking a bit pink.
Red and raw.
But it doesn't hurt. What happens now to this?
So this area is going to heal in the next 2-3 days.
Yep.
So once all the redness is gone, what you find is that the skin will appear better, less wrinkly, tighter, and also any kind of mild pigmentation that you may have will be gone. And we need to repeat this procedure 2 more times.
Right.
To help our viewers at home, you were saying you had 10 things that you think are important for your longevity.
On my website, I have it's there, it's called the LQ test, and it will tell you what your starting point is. So if everything that I share now, the important thing is, where do I start? I've already talked about life's purpose and legacy, so that's important. Interconnection and connecting and socialization is important as well. Then when it comes to food, what is the important thing to do there. And again, get some data, understand how food is affecting you as well. It's getting rid of the calorific, refined, artificial, processed crap.
Yes, I love it.
Food, right? Yeah. We don't think about exercise as having to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Right? Stretching. Most people don't stretch enough.
You watch the dogs in the morning, you know, that's the first thing I do.
Yes, I love it. I'm like, if only I could do that. You know, a bit of jealousy, yes.
See, I've
and all of that.
stretched.
Yes.
That's my one thing I've always done. I
Probably
probably
work with your height, though, did it?
no, but you know.
Can you get taller?
Quality, not quantity.
All right.
So where are we? LIFES, sleep. Right, an absolute priority. Not I'll sleep when I die, it's I'll die if I don't sleep. If you're somebody who struggles, get a ring on your finger, understand your data. The 880 is to get 8 hours of sleep. Then what you need to do is turn off your screens 80 minutes before you go to bed.
I try to read before I go to sleep.
Yes.
So, you know, not on a tablet, just a book, you know, and that really helps.
Yeah, yeah. So anything that you can do to really sort of get into that state of relaxation. I'll show you these as well. So these are glasses. You'll find the Patel household wearing these every evening. We walk around like cyborgs. And again, this is another way to block out that very high stimulating blue light.
What's the blue light?
Well, I definitely wouldn't wear those at night time. So these actually increase blue light. Now, if you're somebody that wakes up in the morning feeling sluggish, one of the reasons might be that your cortisol level is too low, because we all need that va-va-boom in the morning. We need that get up and go.
Yeah.
And what these glasses do is they increase blue light stimulation, and that, look at those.
Yeah. Very sexy.
They are, you too. Yes. Is that blue light and bright white light both increase cortisol the highest. Now, you don't want to put these on in the morning if your stress level's already high when you wake up. If you're like, I've got so much to do, don't do that. So again, timing. Timing is the most important thing when you use any devices, when you use any health. They look very cool. I do like those.
I think it's very interesting because you've made me understand something that I've never quite understood. If I wake up at, very nice, if I wake up at 5 o'clock, 4, 5 or 6, I'm fine. If I wake up at 8, I'm tired.
There's so many tests I want to do. We've got to put a sugar sensor on you. I've got to get you spitting in a tube so I know what your cortisol levels are like. You know, all of these things will give you the answer to why. Because you can't really answer that without actually understanding what is going on in your body. You can make all sorts of assumptions, spend lots of time doing the wrong thing, and then realise it hasn't worked for you.
We really hope you'll come back and talk to us again. Just give out what your website is so anyone watching who's interested in finding you will be able to find you.
Yes, no, absolutely. It's www.dralkapatel.com.
Oh, easy. Easy peasy.
Should we go now?
Yeah.
Yes. Can we go back with you? Please don't leave us ever. Come on,
Anyway,
with us.
it was absolutely fascinating.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thanks,
so
Alka.
much.